So we're going to tick some boxes because Call of Duty in general is living in a total different dimension. It's a total different dimension than you and I. Because let's face it, if if you're a manufacturer or you develop a product and you lie to people on pre-release on what this product is going to be and how it's going to be, how it's going to feel, the overall experience of the product, and it doesn't even come fucking close to what it should be, then this company would go bankrupt. Just take any company. It doesn't matter. Just look around the stuff in your room or the cars you see, car manufacturers or whatever. Just imagine that Mercedes would hype a new C class. Just thinking about something. Just a C class, and pre-orders roll in, and eventually they deliver you a car with three wheels, half a steering wheel, only three radio broadcast networks, no Bluetooth, no connectivity, and only two gears. That's it. And eventually they will say, this is going to be the most heavily supported car in the world. We're going to give you updates. And a month after that, they're going to fix your steering wheel, and then they're going to fix your gears, and now all of a sudden you've got seven gears, and so on and so on. And within 2 years time frame, you have something that would resemble the car you should have. Nobody would accept that. Nobody. Really. But not in Call of Duty, because if you if you just lie to your consumer base, then you will sell $1 billion in 10 days. And people will spend shit on coins for battle, and they will buy the next one again. I can already predict that the next Call of Duty is going to be the fastest selling Call of Duty ever. That's going to be, it's living in another dimension. They can fuck up, they can glitch their way through the new Call of Duty. This is it. But there are signs on the horizon that people are fed up with Modern Warfare 2 as a game, which is a shame because for the first time in years, we have a game that is actually fun to play. When the core is fun. It's just the overall experience that is fucking it up. It's not the most advanced Call of Duty ever. It's the least advanced, the least supported, the most lied about Call of Duty in history. So I just put a few news things side by side. But before we get into that, welcome to the channel, guys. If you're new here, drop a like, subscribe, hit that notifications button, and thank you for everybody who subbed this week. Now, let's get into a few things that I've listed. So here we go. The first sign that people are absolutely fed up with the game. So they made $1 billion, right? So you would say that they're going to pour out content, fix glitches, bugs. Warzone 2 lost close to 60% of players since launch due to crashing issues. This from 16 December 2022. With the newest Season 1 Reloaded, sensational information appeared on the net. Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2 has lost close to 60% of its players since the release of the game. After that, many people started to discuss if the game has a future and can be successful. Oh my God. Due to crashing issues. I sincerely think that it's not just that. I do believe that, Warzone, yesterday I fired up a few Warzones on PlayStation 5, and from the 5 matches I started, 3 of them I had to back out due to glitches and issues. So let's talk about the statistics first, right? The highest online peak for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 was reached on November 20th. Both titles reached a combined online 488,897 individual players, which is an insane number, okay? Modern Warfare 2 became the most sold video in the US, valuable achievement, I think globally, okay? But data from a few days ago shows that the highest combined online players for both titles on December 7th were 217,328. So that means that in 2 weeks' time frame, from November 20th to December 7th, was a drop of 50%. Is it normal? That's a good question here. Um, well, yes, but you must understand that decreasing player numbers is normal for any video game. Even the most popular video games have an online reduction a few months after release. But the main problem of Warzone and Modern Warfare 2 is overestimated expectations of these video games. And this is where this article is hitting the nail on the head. It is overestimated expectations. This is just a very gentle way of saying Activision bluntly fucking lied about the game. Content, most advanced, going to be awesome. We're well into season one, and up until February, nothing is scheduled for content. This is the game you have to stick up with until February. Main problem, Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2, but everything is not as good as it seems. One of the main reasons that caused such a significant online reductions is the endless bugs and glitches in new Call of Duty games. Disconnected from Steam, crashes, frames per second drops, and FPS drops, and various other glitches significantly decrease the online number of the game. And Activision does not completely fix the most widespread bugs. This is absolutely true. This is absolutely true. And this is weird because if you state that this is going to be the most anticipated, the most supported, and the most advanced Call of Duty ever created, with your $1 billion in your back pocket, there would be an endless stream of updates, fixing, patching, updating, and releasing content. So on PC, it's half the people just already left after season one reloaded. And this talks about the content that is just missing. There is just no content. There is absolutely nothing to do. They added some raids, which is a fun little mode, but that is not the core that people want. We're not expecting raids. We're not expecting those co-op missions. It is fun-ish in a type of way, but all in all, there is nothing to do around it. Because just fire up Black Ops Cold War and go to barracks and challenges. What do you see there? A very comprehensive, easy to read overview of the challenges. Now, in Modern Warfare 2, go to customize and then click on calling card. And they just weirdly just put everything from top to bottom, and you need to scroll down. You've got no idea what to unlock, what to grind for, what it is for. If I want to unlock shit in zombies in Black Ops Cold War, I can go to challenges, zombies, and I've got a complete overview of what to do and where to focus on. Very easy. I got the legacy seasons, I got the multiplayer seasons. It's just very easy and comprehensive. There is nothing to do other than to spawn and shoot in constantly the same, very limited number of maps. That's it. And they call this the most advanced. Black Ops Cold War, in the state it is in right now, is way more advanced, easy to use, user friendly than Modern Warfare 2. Full stop. Full stop. Oh. What is this? This is actually. This is actually an issue. Modern Warfare 2 confirmed to have 5 seasons run similar to previous titles. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has now been confirmed to conclude after a 5-season run similar to Call of Duty Vanguard, the previous title in the franchise. The announcement was made by the game's developer Infinity Ward ahead of Season 1 Reloaded launch later today. So this was a few days ago, a week ago. The first season of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 kicked off last month and brought the Battle Pass, DMC, and new maps to the game. This is actually kind of an issue, boys. And ladies, of course. Let's not forget the ladies out there. The reason is quite simple. This is a 2-year game. They abandoned the annual release cycle, which I think is a hell of a move. This is one of the best moves ever. But what they do with it is absolutely freaking weird. It needs to be an ongoing stream of the most advanced supported Call of Duty ever. And that is not what is happening here. That is not what's happening here. 5 seasons, just like Vanguard. Next week we will next year we will have Sledgehammer joining the party. It's just a 5 season release cycle. That's weird because we have 2 years. It should be at least 10. And that's not what's going to happen. So if we only have 5 seasons, and we already had the first season, so we already had 1/5, 20% of all the seasons are already out the window. And what did we get in return? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Don't come around with, yeah, we got raids. I don't give a fuck about raids. Call of Duty is all about 6v6, and in the last few years also about Warzone. That's it. That they heavily want to support Warzone is also not something they succeed in, because they lost half their player base, up to 60% eventually. So they're not succeeding, and they're not bringing any meaningful content. They brought Shipment. Shipment is not a map. That's just a very chaotic online place where people just run around and press shoot. You don't even need to ADS, and it's just you level up. You get yesterday I leveled 3 guns to gold in an evening. Boom. You can do that easy on Shipment, and if you're below 30 kills on any given mode, you just need to deinstall the game at all. But so you need to. There is no shoot house. We already knew that map. It's a good map, but it's now in the rotation. Farm 18 is that map. It's okay-ish. That's just a personal opinion. And the rest is just meh. So there is nothing to do. We're not going to constantly play the single player. It was a fun-ish single player. I think there are a lot of issues in there. But so just the core is that there is no meaningful content in the first 20% of the release cycle. The release was already one big bullshit with nothing to do, no maps, nothing meaningful, a lot of glitches and bugs. We have been lied to. So as an icing on the cake, we now have Activision Blizzard President and COO Daniel Alege stepping down. You know, yeah, I don't know what to say about this. You know, this is the guy. He's leaving, and he's been the chief operating officer since April 2020. So that's a little bit under 2 years, 2 years, 2.5. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think he's just abandoning ship. I think he's abandoning ship. That's what he's doing. 2.5 years as a COO. Something is wrong. And we all know how Activision Blizzard has treated his employees, right? So he's, in the end of the day, he's responsible for that. And if you look at the critique against Activision, I would even have trouble operating as a COO there if you're also lying to your customer base. You're not listening. You're not. He's also responsible for the entire operation. So also how we as Activision listen to our customers, our community, and they don't. They don't listen at all. They just create a game that is suitable for average Joe, enjoying this game without a headset on a big ass TV, just with some friends maybe in the end of the day. But that's it. That there is no. You can even see that there is nothing to grind for. So this guy is stepping away. So we have 60% of the players just fucked off to somewhere else. We have another confirmation on that. Down to content bugs, glitches, issues, content a lack of. We have 5 seasons from which the first 20% already brought absolutely fuck all. And that only gives... And the fact that they're lying on the release of the game, what the game should be, never was. And with this, then we can only safe to assume that the future is not looking bright. And we have a COO that is abandoning freaking shit. So, to be fair, guys, I think the future is not really bright for Call of Duty. To be fair, the future is dark and grim. But in the end of the day, they're living in a freaking different dimension. $1 billion, 10 days, 3,000 in dev, 3 years. This is what they bring. They're earning a shitload of money, and they keep on doing it. I think the only change is going to come when the community stops buying, because money talks. That's clear. What's your opinion, guys? Still playing? Not playing? Enjoying? Not enjoying? And what should Activision do, or what should Infinity Ward do, or Sledgehammer do to get this show back on the road, guys? For now, back to the battlefield. Moment 6 out.